can get them is... Okay, we can get them. Okay. Hi everybody. I just realized I don't have to do that anymore because I now am in charge of editing my videos, so I don't have to do this anymore. So let's not do that anymore. Today is episode 33. We're going to be talking about Eleanor because she is released today. So go to the website below and get your free copy of Eleanor. And if you stick around, I'm going to go through all the different weights that Eleanor is on and all the different measurements. What did I tell you about me doing my gothy colorways and how they would not show up? This thing is so colorful, and you're seeing like black, right? A little bit of green right here. It's so colorful. I love it. Anyway, let's get started before my camera is already hot. It's already hot and it's going to shut down. And I don't know what's happening. It's got to be the power source, right? I don't know. Okay, so I am wearing the mint crop top. This is My Lucky Number by Teresa Headland, maybe? I butcher everyone's name. This is Laughing Cat Fibers in Black Tails on her MCN base. This has 425 yards. I'm actually thinking of ripping this out and doing it in Eleanor. This is UV light reactive, so black light reactive. Anyway, it's really soft and I like it. Oh, finished. Linda. Fingering weight Linda. There's a dog bed here that I can't get out of the way. This is fingering weight Linda, who just got finished. And I did not measure her, did I? I don't think I did. Let's see if I did. No, I didn't. I totally did not measure you. Okay. Let's measure Linda. Let's measure Linda and see what we get here. I like just measured all the Eleanors, so this would have been really helpful if it had been brought to my attention like 20 minutes ago when I was preparing this. Okay, this is going to be a rough estimate, guys, okay? So we have a wingspan of... Goodness. Stop twisting. Oh my god, I've run out of... Hang on, I've run out of... Okay, 50 is right here. I have run out of... So we're at 62, and her depth nothing is easy for me today. I was just oh my god. Linda's measurements are, she has a wingspan of 52 inches and a point of, did I say 19? 19-ish. Here's the thing with Linda. I did not like the bind off. As you can see, okay, this is really, really stretchy. Like, this is real stretchy. And I could not find a bind off that was stretchy enough, so I'm gonna have to do some things for her. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna have to, one thing I can do is get closer to the microphone. Because I'm so unhappy with this bind off, I did 2 different bind offs. This is supposed to be the stretchiest bind off, and it's, you do a regular bind off where you knit 2 and then you slip the one over, and then before you start the next one you yarn over, and then you knit the next one and then you slip that one over. Now that's different than the one I do on these, which is you knit 1, yarn over. Like this one you like yarn over and pull the stitch through, which was how the video did it, and I didn't like it. I don't think it's stretchy at all. Usually for shawls I do the knit 2 together through the back loop. I really like that one. It worked on the other Linda, so, but it didn't work on this one for some reason. And I'm wondering because I did this on a 3/5 and I typically go up a size for the bind off, so I went up to a 3/7/5, and I wonder if that wasn't big enough, because remember when we did the Hillary's and I went up to a 4 for the bind off and it was too big. I didn't like it, was too holy. I'm thinking we might need to go up to a 4 for these. I'm going to try that. If that doesn't work, I'm going to redo the number of, remember I said that the last, we did 3, right? We did 3 garter ridges, but one of them was the back end of this lace. So I might redo and say, no, that's not our first one, and we'll do 3 more, which means we're going to lose one of the lace repeats. So otherwise she came up beautiful. I'm having problems with the bind off, which is great to have them now, so I have time to fix them, which is why her ends are not cut. And we're going to try to keep the cat from eating it, because I really need that. I need that as much as I need as much of that as possible. So I'm going to put her back a little bit. Okay, so finished but not complete yet. My last, I had 1.94 before the bind off, but now I don't know, because I don't know what the bind off's going to be just yet, and I don't know what the heck's happening. I just don't know. Okay, so our other finished is DK Eleanor, which I'm not even going to talk about right now because we're going to get into Eleanor's. Okay, I'll show her to you. I don't know if you're going to be able to see any of the color, but she is gorgeous. And so this is what the 3, the tricolor looks like on the, whatchamacallit, on the bias. Now what I really like, as I'm sure you can guess, is where the loops, like right here. You see this green part right here? This green where one's green and one's black. Can you even see that that one's black? You probably can't. But there is a green, and then on the other half of the garter ridge is a black bump. So those ones are purple. These 2 rows of green right here have black bumps. Yeah, you can't even see it. You can't even see it. There we go. So the black bumps coming through. The color right here too. I love, here you got the purple coming through that you can see better. I like that when it's black. So here's what the trike, if you can see the kind of, now we don't get the same kind of, she looks all wonky because I didn't block her totally right. I took her out because it started to rain, so she didn't completely dry. You don't get the same tiger striping that I like in the Hillary, in the top down stockinettes. So what I think I'm going to focus on after all these done is I'm going to try to find a way to do these stocking net on the bias symmetrical. And I don't know how I'm going to do that because this doesn't do it. What I do if you just purl on the wrong side does not do it. So it's going to need more shaping, and I don't know how much shaping it's going to be. And that is because the stockinette, the V shapes that you see, are taller than the purl bumps, or than the garter bumps, you know, garter. So the purl bumps are not as tall as the V's. So I'm not sure how I'm going to work that out. Because I don't like doing top-down shawls. I like doing bias shawls, but I still want them to be triangles. So anyway, can we get off this, please? Okay, I'm trying to do this before my camera dies. Okay, whip. We have one whip. That is Sport Weight Linda. So you can probably see her variegation a little bit better. Whoops. Whoa. Yeah, you can see her variegation a little bit better here. Got some of those dark spots. And Linda always looks wavy like this until she's blocked. That's just part of it. And sometimes she looks wavy after she's blocked. It all depends on how well you block her. Most of my shawls need a, any one skein shawl is going to need a pretty significant block, pretty aggressive block. Anyway, let's keep those so the cat doesn't eat them. Oh shit, I forgot I had a squishy mouth. The other thing I did is I dyed the rest of my leftover sport weight for the shorts to do, and then I dyed the other two black ones for the shorts. So I'm going to start shorts, and also I'm going to record a little bit about this dye session for for August's dye project, because I want to show you some things that happened. But it's not important for right now, so we're going to wait till that episode. Okay, so I do have some squishy mail. I am having like a customer service nightmare with people. I just bought a bag in a group. You know, a lot of the Facebook knit groups have like self-promotion day, and I bought a bag because it was cute. And like after I bought it, it was like, we're not like a Shopify, you know, Shopify, you buy it and then thank you for your order. And then it's like, we're not responsible for lost or stolen packages. And I'm like, excuse me? Like, once it leaves our hands and UPS has it, it's not our problem. And I was like, well, if I'd known that was your stance, I would have not bought from you, because thankfully I paid with PayPal. So if they don't send me something, I'm not out with nothing. But I'm like, what? So, and then she messaged me and I was like, first of all, it's not legal for them to do that. Anyway, that's why I use PayPal. So if I don't get anything, then I can get my money back. I ordered some stuff from Hobby, and I want to talk a little bit about how they package, because this is my bag, and I'm gonna hide my address. But can you see this bag is not opened? The bag's not opened. I can get my entire hand inside this bag. I took everything out of this bag without even opening it. And that's why I'm never buying from them again, because it is so not secure. And this comes from where? From like out of the country, right? Hobby is like, yeah, Denmark. Denmark. Never buying from them again. Oh my God. I was like terrified that all my stuff was going to be missing, but it wasn't. So anyway, I fell for this ad on, I don't know, probably Facebook, of these Cotton Kings Twirls Shadow. Have you seen these? They were like $9.50, and it's a double skein. I will tell you, it is 200 grams, 874 yards. This is 100% cotton. It is a number 2, and it is a 4 ply, but they are not actual plied. You know what I mean? So they can do, here's this one is, I don't think the colors have names. This is color 01. It is a turquoise. So it's got 4 strands. I mean, this is neat because they give you, you know, this is center pole. 4 strands here. Whoops, what's stuck here? Okay, sorry. 4 strands. So as the color progresses, they change the color of 1 strand at a time. So you get this, what do you call this? This gradient. The slow gradient. So this is a 200-gram gradient. So this is, I always see these really pretty crochet shawls made with not this, but something else. I want to say sheepshes, but it's not that. It's something else. I always see them in this, and their colors are like stuff I would never ever wear. So these were $9.50. So I got turquoise. I got a hot pink, because of course I did. And then I got purple, because of course I did. And then I got, can you guess? Are you guessing green? I got this tealy, dark tealy green. So these are the ones I got. The colors are beautiful. Some of them are better matte, like this pink is perfect. The turquoise is all right. The turquoise kind of goes to a gray, and the purple goes to different things of purple, as does the teal goes into different greens that aren't really teal. So of all of them, I would say the pink is the best one, because this gets kind of gray, and this gets like to like a raspberry, like a dark raspberry pink color, which I really like. So anyway, that was kind of scary to me, that package is not at all sealed and it's coming from Denmark. So like someone totally could have stolen everything in that package, and or they could have fallen out. Like, for me as a buyer especially, like I'll take chances sometimes. If I take a chance, I'm buying with PayPal and I'm not going to spend a lot of money. So this was like 40 bucks, not too much money for me, to see if they got here and everything. I thought coming from Denmark it would have like a more, like at least a sealed package. That package isn't even sealed. Like I got everything out of there without opening it at all. Like I can't even, it like blows my mind that someone would pack stuff going overseas this way. Like, I'm shocked about it. So I don't know if that's how they normally package stuff, but I'm not buying from them again. I mean, I went this long without buying from them. I just wanted those cotton things, and that's fine. No need to buy from them again. That like my heart was in my throat. I'm like, oh my god, this is totally open. So anyway, what am I doing? Okay, so we finished the DK. Okay. And we're working on sport. Okay. So, squishy mail. Do I have anything else to talk to you about? Okay, so the only other thing before we go to Eleanor, this is going to be a short ass episode. I'm going to start the other shorts because I'm upset I made shorts for the summer and can't wear them. Like, I put that, like, took me a month's worth of work and then 2 dye sessions to get those done. And I really want my shorts. And also the other thing is, like we said, fall and winter coming up. And what I want to do with those shorts is I want to make those shorts with a longer leg, probably a shorter waist and a longer leg, so I can wear under things for winter and fall. Like I'm gonna make them like at least to my knee, I think. So I think I'm gonna actually go stockinette down and then little ribbing before the knee. And for that, I have a bunch of, I think I'm going to use the Valley yarns, the Northampton Valley yarns that I love so much because I have that. I have two that are Midnight Heather, I think. Is it Midnight Heather? That are blue, like a navy, and I'm really not going to wear a navy, so I was figuring I would make those shorts and then dye them black, and use up both skeins. And see how far 2 skeins can get me on those shorts. Especially if I stockinette them, I can probably get pretty far down. And if not, I'll just buy another one and then, you know, work those up. So these, I'm going to start on these, working on Sport Weight Linda. Then we have DK Linda. So between DK Linda and Sport Weight Linda, I'm going to do these because this one took me 3 days. So I get about 30 grams done of DK a day. So Linda, the DK Linda will probably take me 3 days, which I'm going to do that this weekend. So then in between Sport Weight Linda, I'm going to start the shorts again, and then I'm going to do fingering weight Dana, because we got to start into Dana for next month, which means I have to plan to dye Dana's sport and, why am I talking about this episode? Doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to start the shorts. So the shorts will be our other project for this month, which may or may not get done since we're in the middle of the month. It doesn't matter when they get done, because then I just have to, I'm only redoing them so I can have 2 pairs, and then I have to redo the other pair. So I got to figure out what I did in the other one and fix how I'm going to do it. Okay, so I'm having a day. I'm so tired of bathing poopy kittens. I can't even tell you. I've got 4 that I have to separate, and they're poopy all the time. It's disgusting. But it's like, am I going to have to bathe 1 every other hour, or am I going to have to bathe 4 every other hour? So we'll just go with the least amount of possible. Okay, so Linda's, guys. I mean, Eleanor's. Jesus Christ. So here's what I'm going to do. Two of these are very similar to each other. So we're going to talk about them 2 at a time. Can you see those? Okay, okay. So this is DK and worsted. Okay. And they are about the same size. Now, worsted used, I can tell you what needles I use. Had to be a 4. Okay, so Eleanor's worsted, this green one. Eleanor was, can you see this? Okay, worsted weight Eleanor used 218 yards. Now that's out of 100 grams. She used a 5.5 millimeter needle, and her measurements were, her wingspan across is 41 inches, and the point, you know, the depth, her point of her shawl is 17. Okay, and the reason I'm putting these 2 together, the worsted and the DK, is because they were 100%, the worsted was a 100% superwash wool, and the DK is 100% superwash merino. So these had no nylon. The other two had nylon. So the DK version, 246 yards, that was done on a 4.5 needle, and her wingspan is 42 and her depth is 17. So here we only got 1 extra inch from the wingspan. Okay, they're basically the same size. So at this point, why bother with the DK? Why bother with the DK? Because first of all, you're going to have a lot of yardage in a DK, and I have a hard time finding DK with a big yardage. So in between these two, because they're both kind of a shawlette, they're not really a full-size shawl. I wouldn't even bother with the DK. I would go right to the worsted. I really would. I would not even bother doing her in a DK. I wouldn't. Because you have to find the bigger yardage. Now, what would change for me is if either of these have nylon in them. If either of these, and there has to be nylon out there, because I know people for sure make socks in DK, and I make socks in worsted weight, but that stuff is not soft enough for a shawl. I use Briggs & Little. They have a worsted that has nylon in it. Which goes to my wanting to have sock yarn in all the different bases that I can. So that's something that I have been looking at getting, because I want to get my sock peeps. And I know I like worsted socks because they're fast and they're warm, and you can wear them like shuffling around the house when it's cold and stuff like that. And if you wear boots, like my boots are too big, so I need big socks. So the DK, I'm kind of on the fence of any difference between these two, other than I like this one better because I dyed it. I think I've just convinced myself how much I love nylon. Which sucks, because I want it to be the sustainable, you know, non-superwash, as natural wool as you can get. And now I'm like, look how much stretch you can get with nylon. But again, for shawls, stretching is the fun for me in shawls. The fun is the stretch that you get. So I really don't know what to say about these two at all. I really don't know. I don't know what to say about them. Okay, so now we have fingering weight Eleanor and sport weight Eleanor. Why does she look so huge? Is she just, are you further back or something? Maybe that's it. Okay, now they look better. So like, why does she look ginormous? I don't know. Okay, so here is my favorite fingering weight Eleanor, and my second favorite sport weight Eleanor, which I didn't think sport weight was going to be my favorite at all, so I'm surprised by this. Okay, so let's start with sport weight. 328 yards out of 100 grams on 4.0 millimeter needles. Sport weight gave us a wingspan of 45 and a depth of 19, and this is 80-20, so we had 20% nylon. So the fingering weight Eleanor was done on 3.5 millimeter needles, 463 yards out of 100 grams, and that gave us a wingspan of 50 inches and a depth of 20. So that's the biggest by far of all the Eleanors. I just kind of want to give you this to look at so you can really get a feel of. I mean, the other two, the higher ones, I think are great for like a shawlette. If you do have like just one skein of worsted flying around, like I said, you are still able to, well, my hair's in the way and I have a shawl on, but you can really still wear this as a shawl if you want to. I mean, it's a shorter like kerchief. I think this would be great under a winter coat. I really do. I think it'd be great under a winter coat. Plus, I mean, it's thicker, so this isn't something I'd want like in a shawl in the summer anyway. I mean, I guess if you wanted to just loosely knot it, you might do something. I don't know. It's too hot for me in the summer, even though you can see it's at a pretty. And like I said, you don't need to use my gauge. This could totally be done on a 60, and you probably get, I mean, on a 6mm, which I was thinking of doing them on bigger ones because I'm not sure that I'm not sure they're really the size I want. You know, I'm just not sure it's the size I want. This is so much softer than the other one. But they do give me a little, I would really like them to just be a smidge longer. So, but I was thinking when I went, a 4.5 on this one, I wanted to go to a 5, and I should have done the other one at a 6. So I'm wondering if I switch, because I haven't cut anything off. I'm wondering if maybe for Linda, we go up a size and see what happens. So Linda DK will do at a 5, and Linda, no, we already did Linda worsted. I could redo Linda worsted, I guess. At a 6, or maybe just redo this at a 6 and see what the difference is. I might just redo this at a 6 because you know what? I have the other one, the asymmetrical one that didn't work out. That's the same exact color. But then how would I know them apart? Yeah, I'd be able to tell them apart, right? You know what? Maybe I'll do that instead of starting the shorts. I might do this in a 6 and see what happens. Like block it, everything, and see what happens. I think I'm going to do that. Because I do want this a little bit, I don't know, this one seemed to block better than, like this one didn't block as severely. Maybe I went easy on it. I don't remember blocking this because it was so long ago, but I'm really a pretty aggressive blocker. Did I not block these aggressively? I don't know. I'm going to try the 5 and the 6 because I've been wondering about those. But like I said, Eleanor's still going to come out as written, and if I change the sizes, I guess I changed. I mean, she's plenty long like this. She's plenty long. My problem is, what is she? 42? Her wingspan's only 42. So they do come down to here, and that's kind of it's not really too tight. I can get both hands in there. So that's not really too tight, I guess. But I still, it's a far cry from this. So, and this is only 45 and 2 extra inches. So if we could get 3 inches on the wingspan and 2 inches down here, that would make all the difference in the world, right? Because I want these to be as close in size as I can. And 45 is definitely way more comfortable. Way more comfortable. Yes. And this is almost a full-size shawl. Oh my god, this looks wonderful with my mint top. Holy cow. Okay, I'm wearing this for the rest of the show. This is, what is this? Brute Squad from Supernatural Yarns, and it is soft. And you know what? This is Knit Picks, and this is pretty soft too. Wasn't a fan of it, working with it or dyeing it, but I'm still not sure what I'm going to do. I ordered 2 more to do Dana and Maya, so we'll see. But again, this one worked up to be a literal full-size shawl. Like, there is nothing dainty. This is 1 skein. 1 skein. Now this is on the higher end of yardage. I don't think you can get higher yardage than this on a fingering. I mean, y'all, this goes like way down here. So on top of my other shawl. Okay, so it's like a full size shawl. I could not believe when this came off the mat and I put it on. I was like, there's no way this got this. So this is 462 yards. So I'm really curious to see how this works up with like a 437, which is another popular, or even the 400, because 62 yards is 62 yards. I'm wondering if at that point we could get it down to the sport size maybe, or if those ones we'd have to go up to like a 375. This is why I want people to do this. I want you to do Eleanor and play with your thing, see how big you can get it, see, you know, without losing, without it being too lacy. Because I just love this shawl. I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. And it's so easy to do. It's so easy to do. You don't have to count anything. And all you got to do is wait till you get to like 10 grams of your skein. I mean, how easy is that? That, what do they call it? Potato chip knitting, where you just keep going. I mean, look at 1 skein of sport, y'all. 1 skein of sport, and look at how huge this is. I love it. Oh my god, it's so soft. I just want to pet it. You guys, go buy some of her yarn. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous how soft this is. Like, that's not even close. It's kind of close to the Knit Picks. What Knit Picks is this? Swish DK. Yeah, whatever her sport weight is delicious. Like, I'm thinking of like, hey, I don't think she watches me. I'm like, hey, what do you use as your base? Because it's really soft and I really like it. I hate asking. I always want to ask. Oh my god. It's like one of the things you're not allowed to ask as an indie dyer to another indie dyer. But without those, you don't know. Like, I have to give a shout out to Tina's Twisted Fibers, who is local to me, because she actually answered all of my questions that I had about dyeing. Like, where do you get your yarn? Where do you get your dyes? Where do you get all this stuff? And she was so patient, and I think that's why I love Wool to Dye For so much, is because that's where she gets her, and her wool always smells that yummy, delicious wool. And I'm telling you, it's Wool to Dye For that has that yummy, delicious wool smell. Anyway, I'm in love with this shawl. And I didn't even dye it. But it looks great with this mint, doesn't it? It looks really good. Anyway, we're at like 40 minutes. I don't have anything else for you. I don't. So do you think that the nylon content has to do with the stretching? I think it does. There's a lot of things that I heard about wool and superwash when I started dyeing. And as I'm dyeing and designing things, I'm finding that those things don't seem to be true for me. Like I've heard that, I've said this before, people say superwash is the magic that makes the colors, you know, so bright. And that's not for the clearest, brightest colors is a platinum sock from Wool to Dye For. That's what I get the best colors on. Best colors. And I think it's that nylon content. I don't think it's superwash. But then there is a difference between superwash and non-superwash in how the wool takes the dye. And non-superwash does take longer for everything. But here's the thing too that you may not know is that non-superwash wool is more water resistant than superwash wool. And you know that if you have ever set some skeins in a pot to soak and you just drop them in and you don't worry about it. Like you just get a bucket of water and you put some, like a skein of like superwash over here, and then you put a skein of non-superwash over here, and you come back like 3 hours later and you're like, why is my non-superwash still floating? Because it's a bit more water resistant. So yeah, fun stuff. And I'm sure that that also has to do with the breed and everything else. I think it's like anything else, everything has its own properties. And like just I make my own body butters because I have skin things and I can't do fragrance, and I have a mango allergy, so I can't use mango butters and stuff like that. So I make my own scented with some of the skin safe essential oils. Not all of them are safe at every concentration, so you have to know what you're doing. But even the oils, all of them have different properties, and that's just the different fruit, or you know, whatever, like coconut or shea, or well, most of them are nuts, right? So that's just within nuts. You know, grapeseed, jojoba, all cocoa butter, all of those have their own properties. I actually follow someone on Instagram whose name I can't remember, and she just has oils for everything. And I'm like, what? And then she tells you all the properties. It's like amazing. So I can't imagine that wool would be different, you know? That I would have to assume that every breed, because we know that merino's the softest, right? We know there are some breeds that are for wearing, and some that are for like more different like textiles that aren't wearing, like rugs, right? They make stuff out of rugs. So it just would be kind of obvious to me that it would depend on that each breed would have different properties that would be depending on what your use for it is. I don't know what those properties are though. Do you ever feel like you already have enough room in your head and like there's no more room for anything else? Like you're just like, I don't have room for anything else. Like I would have to forget stuff in order to put this in there. But I do really, really, really want to learn more about wool, the properties of wools and stuff like that. Well, what's doing Eleanor? Okay, so next week we'll be planning for August already, which is fun for me because we're gonna start. Well, no, we're still doing Dana. So we'll see if we'll actually be able to plan any. So that means all of our teas are probably on the back burner now until next year. So in August, I do have an open one. We'll be releasing Linda on one of those days, and then I have an open episode. And then in September and October, I have one open episode for each, and that will be Dana and Maya's release. We'll do the same thing. We'll go over the differences and all that stuff. It's not that much, but I think it's enough to help you if you're not sure which one you want to make. Then November we have 2 opens. So I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if the shop's going to be open. I'm not sure what's holding me back. I mean, other than these ridiculous getting all these done. So, but there's so much to get done for the shop, like packaging and stuff like that. And like, there's no way I'm going to let stuff leave here that can be taken out of an envelope without opening it. That is blowing my mind. So anyway, I'm going to sit here and babble for an hour, and I don't want to because I still have to do the supplement for the black stuff. Okay. Anyway, guys, gals, y'all. I'm going to try to do y'all because that's gender neutral, even though I'm from Boston. We don't say y'all. That's a southern thing that I don't do. So we say you guys. You guys. Eleanor is released today, so if you want to, do you have a favorite? Are you looking at these going, I want a shawlette, or I want the full fingering weight one, or any of those? Is there something that you want to try? Because these are all wool or wool and nylon. I'd love to see it in an alpaca or something. I hate alpaca. So if you're going to do this and you love alpaca, do an alpaca one. And at me, okay? I don't know. No one's done any of my other shawls yet, so I don't think anyone's going to do Eleanor either. But I love Eleanor. She's my absolute favorite. And I can't wait to get them all done so I can try Eleanor in the different sizes, in different, like the first thing I also want to try her in, see, I'm not even done and I'm already like, how can I do this bias and stockinette? Because that's what my brain does. That's what my brain does. It's like, because you know how I say when I get a new skein, I work it up. I start with this thing. And if I don't like it in the garter, I start working it in stockinette. And that's how I decide if it's going to be in stockinette or garter. So some of these, like I know my Slytherins are brave too. I know for sure I want that on a stockinette. On a stockinette version, I know I do not want that on. Sometimes I like the things in garter, and other times I do not like. I prefer stockinette. I like the V's. I like seeing the V's everywhere. But I love the bias. So now my brain's like, how are we going to do this? I don't know. Because I've already looked for one and they don't exist. I don't know what I'm going to do. Anyway, next week. What is next week? Planning August. We're going to plan August. And I will start those shorts probably. And probably have Dana started because sport weight. Linda will be done. So we're on schedule. Everything's on schedule. Don't forget this is not going to be in Eleanor's. She's going to be in Maya's. So anyway, I don't think I have anything else to tell you. So I guess we'll sign off here. Short episode. Nice. Oh right, I have to record something immediately after this. So okay, I'm gonna say goodbye. Why am I doing this? I don't have to do that either because guess what? I'm editing now, so I'm the only one watching this, and I will watch all the way through and then I take notes. Anyway, did you notice how nicely the last episode was edited? It was me. I was trying so hard to cut the time down. I was like, any little snippet that was more than like 5 seconds, I was like, burp, burp. So this one, we're under an hour. It'll be shortened anyway, way down there. Okay, anyway. what do I say? I always forget what I say at the end. I think it's a nice send-off, so you know that I'm getting ready and I'm not just leaving and it's just like, okay, bye. Do you watch her Hot Mess Express Pinky style? Oh my god, she drives me crazy. She's so funny. Anyway, okay, bye. Oh. Anyway, okay, so what do I say? Is it? I think I say, take care of yourselves. I will see you next week. Goodbye.